Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Carnival of Randomness. And as we're taping this, I have to say happy birthday, Ariel.
Happy birthday.
It'll be out the day after.
Happy birthday.
But we have, of course, our official second banana, Greg, is here drumming up some interesting conversation, I hope.
Hi. I've been weed whacking today. I'm still vibrating, so just bear with me.
So there we go. We have Suzi with us. And thankfully, back from a hiatus that we all had is our very own dear friend Rastavan. How you doing?
Hey.
And you were saying
how
about
you doing out there in Radio Land?
The problem with musicians, you had to be a drummer, so you had to tote a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. When I was young, I seen my first jazz band at number 20 school, and I seen the band playing, and everybody was sitting down, but I got up out of my seat, and I was in a trance, and I walked up to the stage, and the teacher tried to make me sit down, but the dude said, no, leave him alone, leave him alone. And I just stood there and watched the drummer, and then from there, I knew I wanted to play drums. But there was what I didn't know about drums was how much pieces I would have to carry. That's like Fela is one of my favorite drummers. He had 20 wives, so like he had enough wives to help carry all his drums.
And you never quit buying stuff. Oh, that's cool. Hey, look at this thing. Oh,
I got a Cuban box. I got a rolling drum pad.
Wow.
Djembe. I got two bop kits, a Gretsch, a Pearl.
Wow.
I could a drum factory.
What's your address?
When are you home?
777-9311.
Yeah, well, I got like 3 or 4 sets, an acrylic set, and this, not too much hand percussion, bongos and things like that. But yeah, you do amass a lot of stuff. Clamps and thingamabobs to clamp stuff. It's like a giant erector set. Because I never got one when I was a kid, so I got to put cymbals on top of cymbals. And,
Wow.
Do you switch around your gear in terms of what music you're going to play, or does it matter? Like in terms of what you're going to use?
Certain snares, right?
Yeah.
And things like that. And small bass drums for small things.
I got a set. I got one of those.
Suzi does play drums. I've seen
hand drums.
I just played hers today.
Djembe. I have a cajon. You got some cajones? I got a cajon.
You got a couple of them.
Pound on that cajon.
I got nothing to add to this part of the conversation,
I got
obviously.
some of Greg's drums in my house. I have cymbals. I have...
Well, that's the other issue. For all the rehearsal things that you do, I try to have a set for every rehearsal thing. So next thing you know, when if bands implode, then like, oh great, now I got another set to put in the house.
I got a set at a church. I got a set at my house. I got a set at another house. So exactly what you said. Like you want to keep sets so you don't have to keep moving and bringing them. So you leave like the drums there and maybe take your hardware.
Right.
I think the goal for every drummer is to have one set in all 50 states. Set up. So
exactly.
They just come down. Here we go.
Except the District of Columbia.
And here's
which is not a state.
That's right.
Here's another thing. As a musician, musicians like to give other musicians gifts of music because we have so many guitars or drums or something. I have been bequeathed so many instruments that I just bequeathed my good friend Levon Jones here, my wildcat, today. So now he can play guitar.
So I'll do anything for you.
Well, I'll do anything for you.
That was the version from guitarist Tim version, his song that he was singing to my friend Amy. But Sue, you really made my day because I was looking at the Gill. My friend Miko, he has one in the band, so I was like thinking about going to Z Sound, which is
I love Z Sound.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, I love Z Sound. Like all the equipment that I have is through Z Sound.
I go through them and American Musical.
Exactly, which I don't have to pay cash. Right. This is a commercial. You can pay 12 payments or 6 payments or 4 payments if you qualify with Z Sound. So you don't have to wait for your gear. If you want to buy like a $2,000 or $1,200, it's $100, 12 payments.
I never heard of that.
Oh man, yeah, Z
That's
Sound.
where I get all my equipment from.
Go mention that you heard it on the show, and they'll give you the exact same price.
Yeah.
Or if they've listened to the show, they'll probably charge you more.
Yeah, just tell them to mention Levon Jones sent you.
And if you hear AmericanMusical.com, tell them Suzi Willpower sent you.
Yeah, but it's really good because I was able to get like I bought a Pioneer RDX board, which is like $2,000, and I was able to pay it off in payments instead
that's good.
Have to pay. So then I was able to get other equipment. So I have everything that I need musically, And I just bought a Cajun box from them last week for like my little jazz sets that I don't want to take a set. I could just bang out or mic up and do spearmint sounds. But
I picked up a couple things from the CP percussion, and I saw it online. And so I got like some mallets and the rods. I got these really cool rods, and they got them all different kinds. They got them for jazz and rock. And then I got this one set with the rods on one end and the mallets on the other. The felt,
those are nice.
So I can do the cymbals things and all that. But I mean, they're really nice. And I got one of those, I don't know what you call it exactly. Like, you know, the ching ring thing you put on the hi-hat? This is a version of that. But it's different. The jingles are at an angle, so they don't lie flat, so that they're going to move more.
So it's got that curve. Like,
and it's really cool sounding.
I've seen those. And like it just as a percussion and as a drummer, playing with Reverend Kingfish, he got me more into like being a percussionist, more so than being a drummer. Like, you know, really the timing and then also the sounds, because all your sounds don't have to be so big. It's the little unique ones that's like I'm really getting into.
I wonder if the box they used on the old Elvis records came from Z-Sound.
I wonder. This is actually, it's just in creative people's blood that you have to keep pushing yourself to new frontiers in what you do. Okay, I know this music. I want to try this. I want to go outside my comfort zone. I want to try this. I want to try this.
Oh yeah, I never thought I'd be playing rockabilly or a black guy playing rockabilly.
Well, didn't you say that one of the comments you made before we started was once you learn jazz, it's all easy. Yeah. It's like I would take like courses in college. I would take the 400 course first, and I would take the intro course.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
then I wouldn't show up half the time, and I'd get an A doing nothing.
Yeah, the jazz is like my professor told me, like, yo, you learn to play jazz, you can play anything, because jazz is also it's structured. People thought that it was just like. You're not doing, but it's based. It has to have certain elements for it to be jazz, and then also too, you have a part where you have to express yourself, and that's where people with music have a problem of like expressing themselves. It's easy for someone to put something for you and say play this, but okay, they tell you to play this, and then in this part of the song, I want you to play what you want to play, what you thinking, how are you feeling today? Play that. You
know what? I have a great example. I saw our good friend Herb Smith. Herb Smith play a couple weeks ago. He does a song called "Walk in the Glen." He likes to go walk in that glen. It's all nice, peaceful. He'd be chilling, walking. But he says, "Okay, now listen." You're going to hear when the chipmunk scurries by. So he's playing, and all of a sudden, raise your hands when you're, I think in a lot of ways, like music, like a lot of it, like for jazz, classical, you're telling a story for people to follow, and you're expressing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, when I just did a jazz gig over the weekend, and the guy goes, all right, we're going to trade fours later on this one. So I'm like, okay, now I start thinking, okay, now I got to get my thing.
Okay, 4 ones or 4 for 5 or what?
I just trading 4 measures each. Like this guy does his 4 bars, and then the drums 4 bars by themselves. So you try to do cool things, but you got to keep counting.
Rockabilly artist.
It gets tricky.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
So Chuck Berry I think is the original rockabilly artist.
Wait a minute, I think
Ike Turner. Rocket. That was supposedly the first rock and roll album. And if you hear Ike's old stuff, that's birth of rock and roll.
But like going back to what he was saying, trading forward, that's just like like the bass player it's like solos for 4 measure, and then now the drummer solos for 4. So that means trading. You trade back and forth.
Yeah.
So you gotta be thinking on the spot and know counting the 4, and to be able to come back and then give it to him, and he has to do the same thing.
That's what I find fascinating.
Oh yeah, I just love
like
talking.
The fight between. It's not a fight. I mean, the communication.
You got to be listening, and you got to be paying attention, because
the 3 or the 7 or the 9 or the 11 or the 5 or whatever number it is that you're throwing out there.
Because different than standard or classic music. The original music of classical music was done in 4, and if you went out of that, you got your head chopped off.
Well, I'm using the point of reference I've had late was going to see Herb, and he did his first thing with his Freedom Trail. He stops it for the first song, and he goes, that was the best fucking time we've ever done. And he was like, you can see how proud he was.
In the moment.
He's like, oh,
that's
yes.
What jazz is always in the moment. I don't care, and it's always spontaneous. And anything, it's out the box. Anything can happen. That's what they call with jazz improvisation. It's improbable. It's like you're never gonna do the song the same way twice. It's always going to be this night. The saxophone player might be feeling bluesy. He might be feeling excited. He may blow a totally different. Just like Coltrane would take solos and just do a solo for a half an hour, just go on like rants. So it's just like, and you have to be ready. Like my bass player, he wants to be so in the structure. He wants to practice. He wants everything to be a certain kind of way, but then he don't understand that anything can happen. So you got to be prepared. Jazz is never, it's going to be like a structural. It's just
that's
like
the
you got
beauty of jazz, too. I call it the moment. It's like you get those one
moment.
night where, okay, you have a gig, you're all pros, it's going to be a certain level, it's going to be good all the time. But then you get that one where there's a little magic where you see like the little wink at each other.
Yeah.
You go, man, we really.
And you know, like in the moment, it's a good way to put it, because a lot of times people overthink. And a lot of times you just gotta let it go. You just almost gotta not think. It's
Exactly.
like just play, and you'll be surprised what will come out. I mean, you'll be doing stuff like you'll go, what the hell?
Bruce
that
Lee.
was great.
Bruce Lee, don't think, feel.
You just we did telepathy.
Yes, we did.
If you, even in
You
martial
missed
arts,
it. You don't look up and see the moon.
Exactly.
Bruce Lee's one of my idols.
yeah, I did when from martial arts. Like my instructor told me, like if you think about it, your punch is going to be slow. If I think like I'm gonna punch, it's gonna be slow.
No, you
But
have to reflex.
You don't think
it. You
about
have to
it.
Just do it.
You don't think about it. If you think about it,
Yeah.
it takes time to go. But when you don't think about it, it just happens.
Now, what about Robert Downey's Sherlock Holmes, where he maps the whole thing out in his head? You
But
familiar
that's
with those movies?
he goes. What
It's
happens
like a
is
split second.
it's like he does
Yeah.
how
It's
he's
like-
going to punch a guy.
yeah.
He shows all the moves, but that's
Yeah.
probably him instinct, but showing us.
No,
what's
yeah,
going
I know,
on.
but I think that's a cool concept. That's all I'm saying. It's like it's a split second thing, but it's like he's going so fast, his mind is so like, and that's probably the synapses are going, and that's probably the way it's like.
You know,
that
you
when
got
you're
mustard
playing.
on your shirt. You were doing this.
Yeah,
you were doing
right.
that. But so, Leon, what brought you to rockabilly?
Oh man, Miko Manny. I always Stray Cats, Elvis, Chuck Berry. Back in the days, I was born in Mississippi, so it was the blues, but like just the way how people I looked at it in the sense of like of the structure of it, the look of it, and everything, the cars, the hair, the jacket, all of it. From my punk days and from my musical day, but farthest wise, like me as a musician playing the music, I would say it would be Miko Manny, a gentleman who I met at a Elvis tribute, and just the way he was dressed, the way his style, the way he danced was just really cool. So I'm like, let's do some music together. And then I found out what type of music he was doing was rockabilly. So it took me about I say maybe a week to learn the train beat. I know from jazz the triplets, but then just to get comfortable to be able to move around the kit with a train beat, and then like after a month, it just the church beat that I learned to incorporate it, and then I interpret like the funk and the rockabilly. So we got songs where we switch from the two genres. So yeah,
Was there a lot more structure to it, than jazz, though, or not?
oh yeah, with the jazz, that's how I was able to like with the count, because like now I'm constructing the songs. I'm putting the songs in formats where they were in one format where there wasn't really structure. I'm providing the rhythm. I'm providing the count of when it's coming around for the verses and for the hook, and also helping the bass player be comfortable to like certain blues riff. He's making it. He's overthinking it, thinking where I'm telling him like, you can play this certain blues riff for all the songs and it'll work. So yeah,
Isn't that sometimes complexity is just the enemy of things? Where
Yeah.
you just
yeah,
overthink?
just when you have to like, from playing just. The bass player wants to be like the guitarist. He wants to be.
Partly
He wants to
so.
instead of
Sometimes I
holding.
like to say, have fun, too.
Yeah.
Why are you playing if you're not having fun?
That's
Unless
why
you're a drummer like Greg, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, you're too good. Well, I mean, there's country swing. There's a lot of different variations of that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Like you listen to some of those old guys, man, the country swing stuff with the fiddles and all that stuff, and then you realize. Everybody thought, oh, these cornballs with their stupid hats. But I'm just saying, it's changed a lot.
See, that's why when he was saying what got me into rockabilly, that's how I looked at it. But I didn't know all along. Like when I was young, hee haw. I was watching.
We all watched it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I didn't even know it's on those channels again now.
Yeah.
Buck Owens, all these guys.
Roy.
I knew Roy. I didn't know Buck Owens was on there.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And one of the real reason why my little brother got in trouble because of the girls. My little brother was like, "Did you see the what?" And my mother's like, "Wait." And my brother's like, "He's
all the days, the farmers' daughters.
Oh man, so we were the
Trailer
whole
Romance right there.
Yeah, but the whole time you watching Hee Haw, but you're not looking at it like that.
I like the Jackass because I was a little kid. I like the
Yeah.
donkey and stuff.
Man,
so
but
funny.
I love the music. I just love the music. How professional, how it just how everything blended in, and like the beats. So like as a drummer, being a drummer, like even if I didn't like the music, if I didn't know jazz, I knew. I knew when I wanted to be cool. When I was calling myself imitating, but I didn't. It took me. I had to go to college to learn to count to know that was a triplet because I'm counting in fours. I'm a rock funk drummer, but I didn't know 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 triplet.
I also think upright bass looks really cool for rockabilly. I just love it. Now Ryan Hurley's told me, try lugging it around, but
and then also too, the upright bass is you don't even really need a drum because that's percussion too.
Right.
So when you lock in with a upright basses, oh man, I love playing with them. I don't even need a whole kit. I just need a snare. I'll play the box. I'll play anything. I just want to lock in with them because their timing is really.
I think Suzi could speak to this
too.
Yeah.
I think we have like a little sub community of rockabilly
and that's
people.
from the jazz, from the swing, swinging.
We have a little sub community of rock. And I always say, what is this? The best of the '50s without the bad crap that happened in the '50s.
Yeah.
You have the cars, the dress, everything else. We don't have any of the crap from back then that we had to go deal with. And you can always see them out. It's like I remember Todd Kratz one time before a High Riser show.
Just saw Todd yesterday.
He sees a car go by and go, I know what show this is going to.
Yeah, right.
Just saw Todd play over at Photo City Improv on Friday.
I just saw Rockabilly Riot there a couple weeks ago.
It was great.
And
Todd,
Van Halen being from here, David Lee Roth, he was like for the martial arts and like the showmanship. He was really a inspiration. I didn't even know he was from Rochester. At first.
David Lee Roth?
Yeah.
I knew he's from Indiana. I didn't know that he was from here.
Yeah.
Come on. How
long ago was he when he was a kid? Sammy Hagar lived.
Yeah,
he lived
David
here.
Lee Roth, too. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I said to Don.
Ryan Adams lived here for a little while, I guess.
And some of the Average White Band too, which is another band that
I love those guys.
Some of those guys from Prime Time Funk too, I guess.
Oh man, I mean, and then like especially with them with all the breaks and the changes. I mean, like with the music today, it's just. It goes monotone all the way through, but like back in the days when music was constructed, they had all these intricate stops and changes in different parts of the song where it built up and crescendo in, crescendo out, and built up. Now none of that. It just goes.
There's more colors, and now it's
more
sounds
produced.
are the same
Maybe I don't know what.
So
because there's a lot of great artists on, but I think like if you go back, you're right. There was like the more. Changed. It's like, wow, where did this come from? Listen to this sound. Listen to it 20 times. Wait
like
a second,
Hendrix,
I didn't hear that.
Hendrix, Return as a Mermaid. That's a prime example of like where you just going up and down and just these where you're creating this with sound. So and then like working with the Moon Spinners now. We have this dynamics of like we doing a lot of different stuff, different with the rockabilly. And with the funk and with music, and I feel that like there's a chance for a lot of musicians in this time to be able to pick up the mantle of like a lot of the greats back in the days, because like they're not around, and like a lot of people want to take their styles and run with it, but like create your own. It's a void now. It's wide open. The frontier is wide open.
And it is. I mean, you can always start off like Ray Bradbury said. You start with something but then you make it your own. You do your own.
Yeah, they took like even like the Stones taking Muddy Waters.
Well, that was what they were. Blue in the back of the day. They were all
can't be
love
satisfied.
the blues.
Yeah, can't be satisfied. But like, yo, the way they did it, they took it and did it in their stuff. I'm saying that's different. And then they branched off and did their own thing. They created their own.
More like, especially with Mick Taylor, it became more like rock, and then they got into country because Keith knew Graham Parsons.
Yeah.
But Suzi, I mean, I think like Anonymous Willpower, you can hear every genre in there.
Definitely. And I heard you drum before. Like I said, I really like your drumming. You're really in the pocket. You don't overdo it. You're very aware. You listen to what's going on with the rest of the band.
Oh, thanks, man.
I seen you at the Dinosaur, and I think I seen you at what's the one place over on Lake?
Did Stutz Street place or
The Woodshed? Not the Woodshed.
Oh man, what's I want to say right by the strip joint in this
I don't know what this is.
what's that? Is that Lake?
Oh, that's Dewey.
Dewey.
Oh, Smoke Joe's.
Smoking Joe's.
Smoking,
Yeah, I
yeah.
seen you at Smoking Joe's. But
Yeah,
yeah.
with anonymous,
Lyle, yeah.
with anonymous willpower, when we write songs or we listen to music, we ask everybody in the band. I literally sent a text out. Okay, what's your favorite song? Let's play it. Let's make it our own. And with Don and I'm more of a punk electronica type girl. Don is more of a blues and jazz type of guy. And I like more pop. He likes more
New Orleans and stuff like
New
that.
Orleans. And so we
No,
just...
never.
Yeah,
But
we
I
meld
like,
them all
but
together.
I like
It's
New Orleans also. But I like New Orleans punk. And so we put it together, and Greg has been a part of Anonymous Willpower even before that. We were all in Velveteen Fox, and then Greg and I were in Earl Cramp. So Greg knows exactly what I'm thinking all the time because we click right away. We know exactly.
We try, yeah.
We do.
I mean, it's a challenge to write a
Do
drum
you guys
part,
ever do you ever clash? Do you guys
Well, not really.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not really.
I mean, if somebody really thinks an idea isn't going to work, we at least try it. I mean, everybody gets the deference to at least, can I just hear it?
Maybe it's the show me. Okay, show me.
Show me that it sucks.
Yeah, because that's like with my band, with the bass player, he thinks that people don't listen to him, and it's not that we don't listen to him. First of all, it's the Miko's band, so he has to, his song. If he wrote something, he had an idea of what his vision of what he wanted to hear. I can. Input is different, but I really wouldn't want to come to nobody's band and try to change something that someone's
my
vision.
personal belief on all that is okay, if I have an idea and it's really won't go away, I'll say, hey guys, I got an idea. How about a break here? Or, I'm more into that, the arrangement
Like
thing.
the Wendy
you want to
and
break
Lisa
to get
and
a
Prince.
Yeah. And but if I don't have any ideas or the song is just flowing along, I don't say nothing. I don't say anything just to say something.
Right.
I guess that's my point.
Because I play stuff that I didn't like.
Yeah.
I play songs that I didn't like, but I found a way to find a happy spot where I'm happy, where I'm going to make it so I'm good at it. I'm going to like
You
it.
see, with Anonymous Willpower, I don't consider it Don's and my band. I consider it our band because when you have somebody who clicks with you, why say that it's my band and you can't say it's your band also? It's our band, so therefore it's your band.
And I think
get a group
talk
sound
about
out.
some people some big
Exactly.
bands who talk about royalties and some fights of it like Townsend would write the songs, but other bands would say, well, yeah, maybe I wrote it, but so and so on bass, he added this on his guitar, he added this, we all
Oh
did
yeah,
it. We're a
because
band.
that's what makes the song. 'Cause
And when I do the copyrights, everybody gets a part of the song because I write it as Anonymous Willpower. I don't write it as just Don and me. I write it as the whole entire
Van
band.
Halen did that. They were smart.
Yeah, they said,
They're not
let's have
arguing
a-
about, I did that lick.
That's
and I
exactly
did
what
that,
they
and,
said,
Yeah.
too. That's why Sammy made more money as a solo act because he got all the cash.
Yeah.
But here's a question I'll ask every musician in terms of, and I didn't ask you either, Leon, for this rockabilly, if you're going to do covers, originals, mix, but in terms of covers, now I've drawn the distinction a lot, Greg. You've heard me say this a lot of times. So you're like a cover band. People are going to come in, they want to hear those songs as they're done. But if you have your original band and you're covering, like say you did like Nick Cave, like a song we have like Ship Song or something, Now, if a cover band, they'd want to hear it exactly. For a other band, you have the great opportunity to take that song and make your own version.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can take certain songs and make them rockabilly.
Right.
We can take
Now, are you doing originals, covers, mix?
we doing originals and covers.
That's great.
We doing Jim Morrison. We doing Spire of Love. We do both. Can't Be Satisfied. Let me see. What's another? Johnny Cash. We got 2 Johnny Cash covers. So yeah.
See, I think it's great that that's more accepted now too. It's like, oh, you're just copying somebody's song. But you know what? The way rearranging songs is like, like again, I guess I go back a lot on that Van Halen thing. But like when they did that Diver Down album, everybody's like, oh, they're running out of steam. They got all these covers, but they turned out to be big hits. And you know, Dancing in the Street, give me a break. Come on, that's great. You know,
I was so mad the one time these kids where I talked about Pretty Women. It's like I talked about Roy Orbison. It's like, oh, they covered the Van Halen song.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just more acceptable now. It's not.
They're different age. They don't know.
It's not a bad thing.
Nah. You know, it depends on how we feel about it. Like some songs deserve to have the song sound exactly the way it was done. Like when we do the Ike and Tina Turner Nutbush City Limits. Mm-hmm. I feel that it should sound the way it was originally intended to sound.
There isn't too much wiggle room on that one.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because it just is...
How do you do better than that? Right?
No.
You can't do better than that.
If anything else you're going to do, it won't be that.
No. It won't.
But go like Watchtower, where Dylan even said Hendrix did. That's the version.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can. Yeah, ain't no other.
But
you ain't gonna do.
You know, or like Baby It's You. The Smith, not the Smiths, but Smith version of it is the best version of it. So we do their version of Baby It's You, but we did our own version of. Are you ready?
Ballroom Blitz.
We do our own version of Ballroom Blitz by the Sweet.
Sweet. I think of the Crocus one because I saw them in concert. Mm-hmm. But Levon, too, how many bands? You said 3 now? What's this? Jazz, rockabilly?
Jazz, rockabilly, and I'm playing with Pete and Amanda, the Mandatones.
Oh, nice. I love them.
And, they loved me as a drummer.
Blue one.
Yeah,
maybe Greg.
I love. But I love Pete. Pete has some awesome licks, and just to be able to be playing off of him, and like my grandfather would be proud of me, because my grandfather was from Mississippi and was a blues musician. So
nice.
I know he's like smiling at me to see me playing with Pete and Amanda.
Ancestors are good people.
So yeah, definitely, and I'm playing with Serendipity, a jazz band. It's Mercury. Tracy Ecker. She's a jazz guitarist, and I'm working with her, sitting there and playing drums with her and her husband. Awesome. Yeah, it's I love it because it reminds me of college, like a small band room, because like we have to sit and like she's learning about vamping and learning about trading fours and solo, because at first we didn't have a bass player, but she still was trying to solo and everything. But I got my bass player to come in, and now he's joined the band, and now everybody's just so. I'm getting kudos because I didn't run a bass player. It's so great
that we cross pollinate in this community. We don't we don't rival people. We just
man, yo.
But you are a true Renaissance man. We have to talk about your other project that was done.
Yes,
and I've watched the movie, and just to refresh, if you want to tell the quick story, I've watched the movie. I could tell you could tell it better, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Greg, I don't know if you've heard this before, so listen intently. You're especially from
Are you familiar with the Changing Scene restaurant or the Federal Plaza?
Yeah.
Well, at 9 years old, I won a contest at number 20 school. I designed the building. It was my design. I won a contest. I put the hamburger on top of the building, made the elevator go up to the hamburger, 1973, and I won.
Wow.
And back 1973, everything was hamburger. Like, you take your girl out, hamburger.
Right.
The Burger King, Carol's, McDonald's.
Carol's, in your movie, we used to take my dog there after
Do
the
you
vet.
remember Carol's?
Yeah, we used to take, my dad would take the dog there to get a Carol burger after the vet.
They were
I love the
15
fries.
cents.
This isn't an endorsement how good it was.
Exactly, in the glasses.
Yeah, it was on Ridge.
Yeah, and the one that we went to was on West Main, was right on West Main, in front of Bull's Head Plaza. So, the thing about it was, I was 9 years old, and when I won the contest, I didn't have no idea how would that change my life, what was going on, what happened in the background, and like how it would affect me, and how it would come back, maybe 30 years later, and bite a lot of people in the pants, because a lot of people never thought that I would come back and be claiming what is rightfully mine. So, and since the last time that we was here, I found out a lot more information that I didn't even know. As far as wise, like the person who's claiming to be the architect didn't even have architect license in 1976. They got the architect license in 1977. Corrigan Ballister and Leaper. That's who. When you Google, you'll see Corrigan Ballister and Leaper, but there's no Leaper. They're just Corrigan and Ballister. And I also found out who Ballister was. He was a Navy vet from Rochester who took architect, and also he claimed part of architectural right for the design.
So how did it end up in their hands from the school?
From the school, City School District, Robert Shue to the first owner of the First Federal.
Those sons of
The movie will
guns.
explain it though. I mean, the movie's like a half hour long. You can watch it.
And you got a ribbon out of it or something?
No. Actually,
What did you get?
I got a trip to Burger King to Midtown Plaza. The grand opening of Midtown Plaza.
Okay.
Burger King. You remember Midtown Plaza?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I worked over there.
Yeah,
almost.
I was the first one to eat there at Burger King.
Oh, wow.
That was my prize for
That would remind me almost of the Laverne and Shirley thing for the Let's Make a Deal ripoff where they give Lenny and Squiggy the giant baloney. But who the heck played that secretary in your movie there?
That was my good friend
Suzi
and very talented Suzi Willpower.
Why, hello
Yeah.
there. How are you?
And she did such a good job, and through the movie, you're gonna see a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about local filmmaking is like the stuff I've been involved with. It's great seeing your friends or look for my cameo.
Yeah.
Or, you weren't in it, were you, Greg?
No.
There was a homeless guy on the street. I thought was you.
No,
We'll drum for a banana or a Burger King.
but I would love to do anything like that.
And like with this building, it had like a lot of problems. First Federal Proof found public records that Christine Aguilera was an attorney who got disbarred for dishonesty, falsifying records.
Wow.
So it's been like a lot of a lot of deceit. A lot of things went on with them to hide the fact that I designed the building. Even to right now, that the address that they're paying taxes at is not the address of the building. They're paying taxes at another address.
Huh.
It's like Sin City, for goodness sake. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the Leonard Cohen thing about everybody knows the rich stay rich, the poor stay
I
poor.
actually
to
ate up there
paraphrase.
in high school. I think
Yeah,
before it faded away.
And people don't realize, like
cool.
anybody who's like, well, this is like, there's no way. Who do you think they're going to steal from? They're going to steal from people they can steal
Right.
from. Like if somebody's like loaded with cash or could fight,
Yeah.
you think they're going to do it? No, they're going to look around and like watch like some of the big lawsuits out there for like some famous directors or anything else. Who do they steal from? Somebody they know doesn't have the resources and they have all the connections. Even I remember like a costume contest I was in grade school. I thought mine was better. It turned out the person who won with a crappy costume, those were the people who were judging with the parents. So it's always who do you know and everything else.
It is.
Yeah, like I say,
crazy.
they never looked for me to be able to come back and to face them. They thought I would be trying to get my money to get expensive lawyers to try to attack them. But I made a claim myself. I wrote my own claim. I have a claim against City School District, a lawsuit against them that I did myself. That I wrote, and when I addressed them, I sent them a letter telling them of what had happened of the intellectual theft. And when I sent the letter, when they responded to the letter, they had told me the statutory limitation was done, but they didn't understand that when I sent them the letter, it just had started. Because like everybody out there in Radio Land, the crime doesn't start until the crime is reported. The crime doesn't start when it happens, because it would be too easy for the corporates to hide out for the time that the expectation, the time to run out. So it doesn't start till like the crime is reported. So when I wrote them the letter, that's when it started. So I rebutted that right there. So. And then they told me, due to the untimely, that I didn't have a case. They never said that I didn't do it. So then I rebutted the letter and wrote back, stated just what I stated. The crime doesn't start till it's reported, and the statutory limitation is only when the crime is reported, not when the crime happens. And then also the letter, when I wrote back that letter, they never rebutted.
I would think, too, you'd have to get it said, like, out of the city. Because there's too many connections.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would be like, okay, we just had lunch with a judge or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or with a lawyer. Because like, if I let a lawyer handle my case, it's not going to be my case. It'll be the lawyer's case, and he can sell me up.
That's a question. Like, this is in terms of all you musicians in this. What would that feeling be like Suzi and Greg, too? Like, suppose you turned on like some video of some star. And it's like, wait a second, that's our song. And like, Levon, when you saw this, you had to probably step back and go, wait a second.
No, see, the thing about it wasn't a question of like they stole it. It was a contest, and just like in the movie, it tells you.
I saw in the movie you're doing your drawing.
The teacher makes an announcement. She says that this is a contest for a building and restaurant. The best design will be used for the building and restaurant. So, what makes me it's all there. How do I know? How do I prove that I did it? Because who can tell you how the circle got to the top? Who said that I did this? Has anybody come forth and say I'm the one who did this magnificent work? Do you know that it was? There's another gentleman who tried to take the design and build it in Iran.
Huh.
Yeah, he tried to take the same design and go to Iran and build the building, the tallest building in Iran.
There's probably one in Dubai, too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I would do, Suzi. I don't know. I mean, I suppose that once you are copyrighted, I mean, once you copyright something, and if you have the forms and stuff, I mean, if you have dates and you can prove that you wrote it first, I mean, then you just go from there.
Then they have to give me money because it's copywritten.
Then you have to go from there. I mean, then they did it without a license or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's a
but people,
fight,
people will take a chance though, because they figured like, yo, I'm gonna make so much money off it, so yo, just come.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you got to do. This guy, Michael J. DeAngelis, he was given credit for the design First Federal Plaza in D.C. August 16 of 1975. Clifford J. Corrigan received his architectural license on 11/25/1977. That's Corrigan. He's saying that he is the architect of the building, and the building was done in 1976. So right there, if they want to go to court, they don't want to go to court.
Yeah. Watch this movie too. You can find.
What's
I watched
called?
it. No, it's on. He's like,
called
tell
I-1.
him, where can we find this? I know you sent it me from YouTube.
Actually, the movie is not out because it's part of my case, and it's going to be in going to the film
Watch
festival.
the movie when it's out.
Film festival. No. But anybody that's listening that wants a private showing, they can go to Rastavan YouTube channel and put in Final Cut.
Okay.
That's Rastavan YouTube channel, and then put in Final Cut. and then you can watch
They
the
better
film.
not mess with you. They better not be that Pink Floyd album that comes up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'll tell you then, Rasta. What the heck? They got you.
You can't steal this because you steal the ideal that somebody stole from the ideal of somebody. Let's just stop right there.
The thing right there is, what is the difference in terms of like for making movies compared to making music? I think it's a lot slower process because I've done film. Because I remember the shot with the dessert one time. We shot one shot for 4 hours.
Okay, with the music, it's more easier to think something and make it happen. But in film, to think something and try to make it happen and think it's going to be as easy as you thought it's totally different.
Right.
A 2-minute scene could be so from every angle and from how you had to shoot it. A scene that that's just 3 minutes could take you weeks.
One shot in a restaurant took us over 4 hours, and then you have to make sure the plates. If you can't eat anything,
nothing can be moved. Everything, especially I shot a scene for my first movie, Judgment Night. It was a scene of Mr. Taylor taking a bus from his house to downtown. What he did every day, he'd go from his house with his saxophone and go downtown and play. I shot that. I wanted that scene in the movie. I had to shoot him coming out the house. I had to shoot the door coming open. I had to shoot the camera behind him walking to the bus stop. I had to shoot him getting on the bus. I had to shoot me on the bus and him coming on the bus. I had to get on the bus and shoot him sitting on the bus. I had to get outside of the bus and drive the car and shoot the bus as the bus going down the street. I had to park the car farther down the street and shoot the bus. I had to get behind the car. I had to go downtown and shoot. So this took me like maybe almost 3 months to shoot.
You got to make it look like one shot after.
We had the one I call it the Leaning Tower of Lemon Meringue thing. We were shooting in a restaurant. There was this little lemon dessert, and we were watching. We noticed in the cut it was leaning. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, not everybody's going to see it, but it'd be almost like Suzi or Greg would be like, okay, like in terms of film, if you were doing a concert like a film, you'd cut the first song, go back, everybody come and play it again and play it again.
Right.
But are you doing anything else now? I mean, you are all around town as always.
Like I say, I'm in 3 different bands. I'm working with Suzi on an electronical album that she's working on. I'm picking up guitar. I'm studying guitar language, and like I say, I'm getting ready for this is the moment of my life. I'm going to court next month for my case.
Can't wait.
For the
You'll
building.
have to come back and tell us. I mean, you're always full of stuff.
Doing
it.
Definitely.
In a couple of months.
Definitely that, because that right there, I'm just I'm trying to visualize how it's gonna be, what's gonna happen. But all I know that I done the work. I done the paperwork. I done everything. Prepared. It's nothing that I have to do.
And I think too, you're on the right side. I mean,
what would you do if you were to win? Would you change the use of the building or anything like that, or would you have a say?
Let's have a concert out there if you would.
I'm gonna live in the top of it, and then the rest of it, I'm just gonna all the businesses. I'll let them stay there. After a while, if everybody's good, and then I'll take a floor and cut some out for musicians. But otherwise than that, I'll just let the building let it run.
Right. Right.
I don't.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't. Like I say, with my money, I'm about to invest in film. Like I say, I don't. I was doing my thing before this even happened. Like I say, money is not. It's not really been the issue. Like I say, just for that's part of my legacy. It's just they try to erase me. They try to make me disappear, and they took advantage of a 9-year-old child. And I don't think that that anybody that stands around and think that that's okay.
No, it's not.
Right.
And the thing about I said it when I was 9 years old. It's just what kept me going was that I said one day. I told myself as a child that yo, you'll be a man one day, and I'm gonna come back and avenge you for what you could do at 9 years old.
Persistence.
So you see the film,
right.
Yeah, not just saying screw it.
Or forget about it. Like my mother told me,
things don't
I wouldn't let it bother me.
People don't. People don't take a stand on
things.
You
I
just
have, I have so many people tell me, "Oh man, that happened so many times." But I'm like, "Yo, but me it's different because I feel that yo, someone." Did me wrong, and I don't do people wrong, and I feel if somebody done me wrong that I have to do something about it. Mm-hmm. It's the injustice that has been done, and I have to do something to make it right. So I'm not like the other people that I hear people, oh, this has been happening since the beginning of time, just like I talk about in the film. I talk about all of that. for other people who don't step up for invention, I'm trying to be like my therapist told me. She said you're going to be people will be able to learn from what happened to you. Because you're setting an example.
Then you get that one kid. I would love, like, many years from now, some kid comes up and said, I was going to give up, but you really encouraged me. Thanks.
Oh, man, because, like, I almost, like, to the point where I was always running. I was always running from that. I didn't want to deal with it. I was going to New York. I was going to England. I was
You're
going
start
to
seeing
California.
that building pop up all over where
and
you
I
go.
just don't want to see no round building. I don't want to see that building. I'm tired of seeing that building. It's an eyesore. Every time I tell somebody, they look at me like I'm crazy.
I saw like the one place when I was in one building. I look across, like, wait, that's Rasta's building.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
the skyline. Like, I put my on the skyline, and this was in 1973. Because back then, like Jimmy J.J. Walker, Good Times.
Right.
Who remembers Good Times?
Right.
What
My
was
favorite.
What was Jimmy J.J. Walker? What was he?
Dynamite.
But what was he? What was he?
He was, I don't know.
He was the son.
What was he? What did he say he was? What did he do?
He was Dynamite.
No, what was he in the show? What did he
He
do?
was somebody's kid. But
Go
he
on,
was a
tell me. I just
DJ
watched
or
it.
something.
Come on. When the
don't
show
remember.
when the show starts off, what do you see? That cover. You remember the cover?
Oh,
What was he?
Was he an artist?
An artist.
oh,
You
there we
remember?
I
go.
don't
Oh, yeah, he
remember,
is.
but-
Now I remember.
You remember he was a painter. J.J. Evans, the painter. You remember with the hat and paint?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
yeah,
I watched
do
it out of
remember
order.
that.
And you
That's
remember,
right.
you remember when it came on? You remember that cover? That was
Yep.
from the Marvin Gaye album.
Yep.
Remember that Marvin
Yep.
Gaye album where you see the people dancing and all the paintings?
Yeah.
That's what used to come on every time. Good Times. So if you go back,
I own
Jimmy,
it, so I could go watch some.
yeah, Jimmy J.J. He didn't work. He was an artist. Kid Dynamite. So that was my inspiration when I was young. Somebody
That's cool.
I seen somebody who was black, somebody that liked what I like, an artist. I was an artist.
He was
I
my
knew.
inspiration too, man.
Yeah,
He
from
really was.
9 years old, and the Jetsons. The Jetsons was another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
The futuristic. So when I seen
I am
how the car
disappointed we're
was,
not there at this age, though.
I know.
I looked
want
down.
my flying
my
car.
building.
I want my flying car.
My building.
though.
I put us there. I put us there because
You're doing it.
also the thing you notice how when he used to come in the house, he come up that tube and he lands right in the house. So that was the elevator going right up to the hamburger.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole.
Yeah.
So those was the things that was playing in my head when when I created it, because it was the Most High. It was the divine that gave me that. That's why they cannot take something that was given to me by the Most High. They got to give it back. It's karma. It's karma season. That's where we.
I
at
always
now.
say long term, they play out, but it's always great having you on. Hope you'll come back. You are a Renaissance man. In
Oh
the
man,
stuff you do.
Andy, I thank you guys for having me here. And like I say, me and Suzi.
Well, tell us all you're doing in the future
We
to
should
look
do
for
a show
you.
together with you guys and us and our band.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you don't need you. He's a better drummer.
I think we got a show.
I'll come here then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nah,
I
this
gotta
guy-
pick on you. I
No,
love you.
This
I gotta
guy's a
pick on
great
you.
drummer. We got a show coming at Photo City. They're still looking for other bands to put on the bill. So I'll talk to Miko because he got control of like who they're gonna have on the bill.
Yeah, make sure you put that stuff out there. Too,
Oh, yeah.
'cause now it's all coming back. And you too. What are you doing, Suzi, Greg?
Well, we're playing. I know we're playing. I gotta
We
get-
are
I gotta
playing
get the phone
on the
out here.
24th of
I have that. It's on my calendar. but-
July at House of Guitars and
Oh, I square.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
1 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
yeah, and then we're playing August 15th,
Yes.
Sunday
At
at
Smokin' Joe's.
Smokin' Joe's.
Oh, excellent.
And then we're playing September 24th at Lux.
Oh, Lux back, huh?
Yeah, and we're playing in August sometime, aren't we? Aren't we playing in August?
We'll get it up.
Yeah,
if we
the
find it.
15th.
Oh, yeah,
is the one.
August 15th, yeah.
But I know our own Adriana Noon is playing at Abilene on the 19th. Check it out if you haven't seen her. She's actually pretty good.
She's really good.
She's
She's
very
not
good.
pretty good. She is really good.
I'm trying to be humble.
Don't be humble. Adriana, you're amazing. Don't listen to Rob.
Dynamite!
She doesn't listen to me anyways, so don't worry about it. And Ross, if we could find your stuff all over, look for it, play it, find him everywhere. He's everywhere in the city. You might just walk by and you'll see him, say hi.
I'm at Felix Fest, June 19, 2021. I'm there with a band. I'm with Dope Planet, Captain Lero Rulens. My band, the Moon Spinners, Turkey Blaster, be there.
Is that a Juneteenth thing or just an event?
It's going to be an event like at a private location that'll be given out the 19th. And if you hit me on Levon Jones on Facebook, I'll be able to give you the location.
Okay.
Because it'll be
but that's Juneteenth. I was just wondering if
June 19th.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Juneteenth.
Yay.
And
I've known what that is for years, just because I read a book called Juneteenth. Otherwise, I would not have known.
Yep.
Very important day.
So
that's why they kept it quiet.
I know. Horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say one quick thing. Going back to all we were talking about the swing and all that stuff.
You can have the last word. Well, then I will, but you can.
The final word. No, no. Like
you got to be pretty special to get the final.
Yeah, not with I got heavyweights here, so I got to talk louder and faster. No, I'm big on I love watching old westerns, and I watch not so much. All those songs that those cowboys do in those movies, they just squeeze them in. There's no rhyme or reason for them, but if you watch the Roy Rogers ones, and he's always got the Sons of the Pioneers on there, and if you listen to that stuff and the harmonies that those guys come up with, just go and listen to a couple of those things, because I watch those movies, and it's like, holy crap, man, these guys are just like, and it's obviously they do it in a studio and they mime it, but it's like, it's just so cool. It's just, there's so much going on, and it's just, that's that country swing, and that's just all with stringed instruments. There's no drumming.
And on that, we have a plot for another show. You want to say one more thing, Suzi?
Yeah, look at a whale's blowhole. It's really just a big giant nose. That's all I wanted to say.
And I guess dork was a whale's wiener. That's where that term comes from. But I'm going to leave you. If you want to hear Levi, you want to hear Rasta, go check him out. His stuff's all over. But we're going to end this with a rockabilly song. Okay, it's more of a surf song, but I'm lying. But we had our Chaz Lockwood on. We're going to have him coming up soon. Then him and Stan Merrill are going to come back. But this is one of his songs with Cousin Al and the New Generation, and we think it's perfect for the summer. It's called Surfin' on the Barge Canal.
Cousin Al.
And thanks a lot. See, thanks everybody. Bye bye.
All right, and now we're going to do Surfing on the Barge Canal. By the teach, you can't go surfing cause there isn't any beach. Me and my buds go down to Lock 32 where we party all day and put on our surfing shoes. Come on baby, get a bucket and a pail. Let's go surfing on the Barge Canal. Every day at 4 o'clock, that's when the canal man opens a lock. Catch one waving right into the end, up and around that murky green bed. Come on baby, get a bucket and a pail. Let's go surfing on the Barge Canal. Yeah, every day at 4 o'clock, that's when the canal man opens the lock. Catch one waving right into the end, up and around that murky green bed. Come on, baby, get a bucket and a pail. Let's go surfing on the Barge Canal. Yeah, living in Pittsburgh, I was told by the teach. You can't go surfing cause there isn't any beach. Me and my buds go down to Lock 32 where we party all day and put on our surfing shoes. Come on, baby, get a bucket and a pail. Let's go surfing on the Barge Canal. Let's go surfing.